Making over 800 horsepower from its quad electric motors, this thing can rocket to 0 to 60 in a little over 3 seconds. But also with those quad electric motors, it can precisely modulate power to each individual wheel for amazing off-road prowess. Almost like a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon as far as off-road prowess goes, or maybe even better. Today we're talking about this 2023 Rivian R1T Adventure. Hi, this is Joe from Scarff Ford, and let's get into talking about this amazing all-electric pickup truck. I'm a huge fan of the Rivian product. I've bought and sold many of these over the years. They've proven to be very popular. And on the pre-owned market, these quad motor Rivian R1Ts are a great value. I don't get too much in the pricing because we change our pricing on a weekly basis, and maybe you're watching this video on YouTube 5 years in the future and pricing would really be out of whack. But right now, these 2023 Rivian R1Ts, as of 2025, January of 2025, you can buy them on the pre-owned market for the $60,000 to $70,000 range. Versus a brand new one, now they have a tri-motor and a quad motor available, but both a tri-motor and the quad motor, which is not available yet, actually, you can only reserve it, those usually retail for over $100,000. I think all the way up, well past $100,000. So being able to buy a pre-owned one, lightly used like this, is a pretty great value if you like the options and color combination. The Rivian R1T is absolutely beautiful on the inside and outside. I almost call it like an electric Range Rover. I'm a big fan of EVs of all types. I'm a big fan of Teslas. I own a Tesla myself, but the one thing with Tesla, they have a very minimalist philosophy as far as features go, especially in the interior. They think the best part is no part, reducing production costs and making them more affordable. But when it comes to luxury vehicles, we do want some luxury amenities, and the Rivian R1T has that in spades. I mean, look at the detail on this interior, the contrast stitching, the patterns, the little bezels and stuff, even on the back. Just a really amazing attention to detail throughout the whole interior of this nice suede cloth headliner, beautiful open pore wood trim. You have this contrast stitching and synthetic leather and real leather all around the interior and the dashboard. The fit and finish is absolutely impeccable. It's absolutely beautiful. They did an amazing job with the interior, and just don't take my word for it, just read some automotive reviews. I think this is with the Motor Trend Truck of the Year, if I remember correctly. And even more recently, I was reading a comparison test. They actually pitted one of these against the new Cybertruck, which I'm also a big fan of, but surprisingly, the Rivian R1T beat out the Cybertruck in that comparison test, which was pretty surprising for something that you'd probably consider a little bit older technology. So we have two screens on the Rivian. We have this screen right here, important information like, how fast you're going and things like that. Then we have another screen over here. You can use it to operate the climate control system, access different menus. It's pretty intuitive if you're used to, using an iPad or an iPhone or an Android phone. It's pretty intuitive and you'll get the hang of it in no time. You have these beautiful Google Maps. We have fantastic parking cameras, and Rivian's really good about over their updates. They're constantly updating it, improving, changing the display. They recently actually upgraded the display to create this kind of animated look for the interior. I really like it a lot. This has an amazing terrain management system. We have adjustable air suspension, so you can get a lot of ground clearance for very technical off-roading. And there's some differences when they have like dual motor versions of the Rivian, which are a little bit more popular and a little bit more, a little less expensive. But if you want the ultimate off-road prowess, you need to either get the tri-motor or the quad motor version of the Rivian. And those both are over $100,000 pretty easily in the pickup truck or the SUV. Especially the quad motor, being able to modulate individual power at each wheel really makes it an amazing off-road vehicle. But we can see it's almost overload of information here, but it's helpful as well. You have on-road, you have off-road mode. We won't put it in off-road mode right now. And it's also a great tow vehicle. You can tow, I think when properly equipped, you can tow up to 11,000 pounds with the Rivian R1T. Not surprising, with over 800 horsepower. Nice cozy interior. We have heated seats, heated steering wheel. And if you're curious on what features, people always ask, so what's the size of the battery? How do I know it's a quad motor? The quad motors, and I think the tri-motors now have yellow brake calipers to set them apart from the rest of the Rivian products. Oh, and look at it, there's also another over-the-air update to download. So it's an R1T Adventure package. There's a VIN number, driver's assistance standard. The interior is the Black Mountain dark ash wood. The exterior is glacier white. This has a large battery pack, so it has a fully charged range of right around 300 miles. This has the all-terrain tires, so it does take a little bit away from your range with those more aggressive tires, but it greatly improves your off-road ability. This has a large battery pack, quad motor all-wheel drive, and then the 20-inch all-terrain tires. And this is an American vehicle all the way, made in Normal, Illinois. You have this humongous glass roof panel to allow lots of natural light inside. The door, the details on the door is nice. You have these really cool metal speaker grills, more leather and contrast stitching throughout the interior. There's those 20-inch all-terrain tires. The yellow brake calipers hinting that this is the quad motor version. The charging port's right there. Pretty cool how it opens. So obviously you can charge at your house. You want to set up 220 charging for your house for most efficient charging. You can charge this off a 110 outlet, but it's really slow, only about 1 to 2 miles per hour. Or if you set up a 220 service at your house, basically the same type of outlet for a dryer, you'll get a full charge overnight. And of course you can DC fast charge these too. In fact, Tesla has recently opened up their supercharging network to Rivians. I love the front end styling of this vehicle, really cool. I love this huge LED light strip going across. These really look cool driving down the road at nighttime. Definitely sets us apart from other vehicles on the road. And you have a remote right here to open the frunk. It has a really large frunk. Since there's no engine here, you have all this space for storage. There is the battery charger. We have the 220 and 110 adapter. And then you have additional storage underneath. Rivian, I'm really impressed by how much storage they have put in these vehicles. Everywhere you look, we have storage. Obviously you have the frunk, which is really large. That provides lots of storage. We also have this cargo pass-through tunnel as well. There's an opening on both sides. And look at all that space in there. Very remarkable. You have a 12-volt outlet in here. You open these up. You have a tool kit and a first aid kit on both sides. These are very strong too. You can sit on them, you can stand on them. Nice spacious rear seat accommodations, very comfortable. We have rear climate control, rear heated seats. And then we have additional storage underneath the seats as well. Look at that, and there's another storage compartment on the other side. If you plan on doing some outdoorsy stuff, want to have a little fun at the beach or at the campsite, this one also has a Bluetooth speaker that will charge off the vehicle. It has a little docking station underneath the center console. This thing really kicks. It really is an impressive sounding speaker. It's not cheap. I think it's like a $400 or $500 speaker if you want to replace it. So definitely impressive as far as sound quality. It's almost like Bose made it or something like that. Very, very impressive. Going towards the rear, we have the pickup bed. You can use the remote or these buttons to open up the tailgate. And even though it's kind of like a smaller 5-foot bed, the way they hinge the tailgate, it actually makes it fairly longer, extending the bed length all the way up to, I think, almost 6 feet. You have tie downs here. We have an integrated air compressor. Under the rail, LED bed lighting. On this side, we have 2 power outlets. Great for camping or doing stuff at the job site. And then if you pull this little hinge right there, we have even more storage, or if you want, you can put a spare tire in there. It's up to you. So as you can see, storage is all over the place on this Rivian R1T. Beautiful color combination, beautiful shape inside and out. This thing is absolutely beautiful. So smooth, so quiet to drive. Quite an amazing driving experience in this thing. It's a very nice luxury vehicle, and it can be almost like your own personal amusement park ride with the way this thing accelerates. It just rockets. It rockets like almost unlike anything you ever felt before. The way electric vehicles make their power, especially a high horsepower electric vehicle like this, you have instantaneous thrust as soon as you hit the throttle. There's no engine to rev to its power band. There's no transmission to downshift into the right gear. You just have instantaneous, almost like you're punched in your gut acceleration thrust. It is like face melting. Very fun. Well, there you have it, a beautiful example of a 2023 Rivian R1T. Thanks for watching and have a great day.